Now let's deploy our S3 bucket to CloudFront CDN and also expose our API gateway via CloudFront CDN. One thing is that we can only deploy S3 bucket to CDN, and from there only we can keep calling API gateway. But then it will be like calls, and each time some API call happen, there will be pre-flight call. To avoid that, we can expose using same domain name, which will be domain name of CloudFront. Also, it's optional. If you want to keep using API gateway, like using API gateway URL, that's also fine. Let's go to CloudFront and create new CDN. Before creating CloudFront, we need S3 bucket also. Let's create one S3 bucket, and this name should be globally unique across all AWS accounts. So we need something unique like my coffee shop 123. Let's call new. Keep everything default and create bucket. Looks like it's not available. Must not be in uppercase. Okay. Bucket name must not contain. Okay, bucket got created. Before we update our React folder here, let's create distribution, and then we need to update distribution URL in our React and Cognito, and then we will upload our React files. So in distribution, select our S3 bucket, my coffee 123. Origin path, we will upload our dist folder. So let's keep it /dist. And origin access, we will keep our bucket private. So I will use origin access control. And origin access control is a special kind of user that CloudFront uses to talk to S3 bucket. Let's create new origin access control. And here select sign request, because we are using private bucket, and if we use this do not sign request, then it will not work. If we use sign request, then CloudFront will use OAC to create authorization header and then talk to S3 bucket. So create, and then it will tell that we have to update the policy. So yeah, after creating distribution, we will update it. And then scroll down, select do not enable WAF. SSL certificate and domain name, we will come to it later. Root object, so for React project, it's index.html. Let's put index.html and create distribution. Till distribution is getting created, let's copy the policy. So this is the bucket policy to allow CloudFront access to our bucket. And in bucket, go to permissions tab and edit the bucket policy without any change. Just copy policy from here and paste it here as it is and save it. This should be sufficient to provide access to S3 bucket for CloudFront. It's still deploying, but domain name is available. So let's update our React and Cognito code. So I mean React code and Cognito settings. So let's go to Cognito, and in login pages, let's whitelist URL of our CloudFront distribution as well, because as part of OAuth protocol, it's necessary to specify our whitelisted URLs or callback URLs. Save it. In our code also, wherever we were using localhost, since we will use now CloudFront, let's update CloudFront URL. So redirect URI here, and in app.js also for sign out, we need to update. Now let's see if distribution is up, or let's not wait for it. Let's do npm run build, and it will create dist folder for us. So I will go to GitHub, AWS Serverless, frontend, and here we have dist folder. So go to S3 bucket and go to object tab, click on upload, and just drag and drop your dist folder here. Hit upload button, and it will take some time. It's done. Let's see our distribution is ready or not. Still it's in deploying state, but let's try if it's available. I will open in private tab and let's see. Okay, it's showing our React content. So I will open here. Let's open network tab and try to sign in. It worked. Sign in is working because we have updated setting incognito, but our coffee API is failing with cause error again. So this pre-flight happened, and then after that this call failed. And the reason behind this is that right now our bucket is in CloudFront CDN, and it's calling our API gateway through this URL. I mean URL of CloudFront, and URL of CloudFront is not allowed in our API gateway. That's why we are seeing this error. So let's configure, and although this is just intermediate step, but let's just fix it. Because now we will integrate our API gateway with CDN, and this step will not require anymore. Let's refresh. And again, I'm seeing cause error. Okay, now it's fixed. It took some time. Now I'm able to see my coffee. Now, what we can do, let's create one more behavior in CloudFront to route all /coffee routes to API gateway. So if I go to my distribution, in origins, I can see there is one origin, which is my S3 bucket, and I'm pointing to this folder of it. Let's create one more origin, and this time we will use API gateway, but for some reason it's loading. Okay, it's showing. So select coffee shop API gateway, and everything else can be left as it is, and create origin. So at this point, we have two origins for CloudFront distribution, but we need to configure behavior for this API gateway. So I will go to behavior tab, and right now there is default behavior which is pointing to S3 bucket always. Let's create one more behavior, and we need to pass regex pattern. So I want all routes which have coffee in it, and after that whatever is there, send them to API gateway origin. Compress object automatically, yes. Redirect HTTP to HTTPS, and here cache settings. So let's leave it default. Also, let's go to our code in .env file. Now we can update it to our CloudFront URL, because it will be like CloudFront URL /coffee/coffee ID. So update it. Again, build the React. Go to S3 bucket, upload again. So it will just overwrite previous files. No need to delete them. And this content is cached in CloudFront CDN. So every time we update files in S3 bucket, we need to invalidate previous cached files so that it can get new files again. So we have started the invalidation, and also the behavior which we created, that is still deploying. So let's wait for that, or we can check it if it's working or not. So it's like slash coffee slash okay, this much only. Okay, here is showing deploying, but okay, it's deployed also. And here I can see I'm getting unauthorized message since access token is missing, but my application will pass access token and it should work. Let's refresh here as well. Looks like it made coffee call. Let's check post call as well. So 678. And add coffee. It worked. Let's test delete also. Okay, now our app is working. Let's test sign out as well. And it worked. Sign in. Yeah, it's working. So now we have our application set up according to this architecture. We have APIs using API gateway. API gateway is exposed using CloudFront, and React is also hosted on CloudFront.